Alright troops, something a little bit different in this one. I'm going to show you how I made these Lord of the Rings cards. So my local gaming club mainly plays historical war games. One of the rule sets we use is called PK. The rules use a card-based activation system. However, the cards that came with the game are pretty bland and boring, so I decided to try and make my own. And this is kind of what I came up with in Photoshop, which I think are much nicer than the ones that come with the rules. So I thought, why not apply this to the Middle-earth game? I do own the spell cards and the scenario cards. However, owning every single army in Lord of the Rings, I can't justify spending all the money for every single deck of cards they make. Also, I can't seem to buy them anywhere, which doesn't help either. So I thought, why not show you guys how to make them, in case you want to try it for yourself. These will not be professionally made by any means, I just want to make them as practical as possible so that I can use them to track my hero's might, will and fate during games. So let's get cracking, shall we? Alright guys, so this is how we build these cards. The plan is to get a A4 sheet of paper, because that's what my printer uses, and split it into 9, so we can have 9 cards on each bit of paper. So the way we do that is, the first thing I'm going to do is do a new, I'm going to go to international paper, go to A4, I'm going to do Galadriel, and then, so this would be an A4 sheet, so we want to split that into thirds. So we divide 2110 by 3, which is 21 divided by 3 is 78, and 297 divided by 3 is 99. Quick maths. So let's go. Okay, so this is our card. This will fit into one of the sections on an A4 piece of paper, and let's say we're going to give it a brown background. So let's just use the fill tool here to pick a colour, and I've gone with a brown, give it a brown background. So this is our card. The first thing I want to do is to create the card shape. So I'm going to go to the shape bit here, go to rounded rectangle tool, and I'm going to draw like this until I get the cross, because that means it's centred. Now the rim is a bit thick,
if you'll pardon the pun,
so I'm going to change that to 7.4, and that'll do. The reason I do the edge is because if you're printing it off, sometimes if you flip it, double sided, it can be a bit off. So when you're cutting, so basically you don't lose any of the card. So you might lose a little bit of the rim, but that's fine. So now I wanted a nice kind of background for my cards, so I went to Google. Let's type Middle-earth card background. See what we get. Oh, that was good. So just download this. It's free, so I don't need to pay for it, which is nice. Very lovely of that person. I'll definitely give them a wee bit of kudos after. So all you do once you've downloaded it is drag it in and make sure it stretch it so it covers the card bit, and hit enter. Now you want to fit that into the card bit, so what we do is right click and create clipping mask. There we go, now we've got a nice lovely card here. So the next stage is to put the picture that we want on the card, so I'm going to do another one of these. Centered, there we go. 2.75. Doesn't matter about the background, that's going to get covered up by the picture filmography. I'm going to cover this bit up because if we put this down here, don't get much of the card left, so I'm going to cover that up. I know it looks a bit janky, but as I said, this is not professional. Okay, so now I'm going to edit. I don't like the size of this. This is how you go to edit, free transform, and then I'm going to do this, give it a bit more girth.
if you'll pardon the pun.
And now that we've done the picture bit, we do the exact same thing as we did with the card. So what I'm going to do to personalise these is I'm going to use my own pictures, because I think that's quite nice. So we're going to do that, bring it in, hit enter, and do create clipping mask again. And there we go. There's my Galadriel. Isn't that lovely? So, text. Obviously, you probably want the name of the character. So I'm going to do Galadriel. Change. We've got this Ringbearer medium font. I will link a how to install that if you want it. Let's put this up to, let's see, 14. Let's do 14. And let's change the colour to the same colour as this so it matches. There we go. So Galadriel, all done. So now the main thing I want these cards for is to track might, will, fate, wounds. And what I'm going to do is laminate them and then have like a circle, and I'll cross it off if it is used. So we'll do that. Get another text thing, but let's make it a bit smaller. Let's do 11. Let's do wounds, might, will. Is that capital? Yes. And fate. Let's just center that. Because Galadriel's got 6 will, doesn't she? So she'll need a bit more. So center that again. There we go. So, actually, I think I want that to be a bit. Why is that going down to 11 to 14? Yeah, I like that. I like that. So, the next stage is to do the little circles that we're going to cross out for our might, will and fate. So go to the ellipse tool and hold shift. If you don't hold shift, it'll do any shape. If you hold shift, it'll be an exact circle. So let's do that size. Let's change that to the standard 0.75 that I always, 7.4 that I always go. Go to set shape fill here to nothing. And I want the side to be the same colour as everything else, which is this one, I believe. So let's do that. Oops. Okay, let's put that here. So we've got our ellipse. Let's just move that in. And then I'm going to duplicate layer, drag it down, duplicate layer, drag it down. Photoshop will do the sizes all the same, which is really nice. And then we want to highlight all 3, duplicate layer, okay. Duplicate layer, okay. Duplicate layer. Actually, wait, she has 6 will, so I'll do that. And duplicate layer. Okay. Great. So then, I probably want these 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can use the arrow keys to do little adjustments. Jamming. Cool. Done. So, the next thing I want is her stats. So let's do that underneath. So it's movement. It's too big, so I'll change that to 11. Movement. Fight/shoot. Is that right? Oh, no. Movement. Duplicate. Duplicate. And then drag it down. But we're going to change this. Oh, didn't like that. Cool, so that's the front done. Don't know what you think about that, but I think that looks, sorry. Do the job, do the job, do the job. Again, it's not going to be professional, but it'll happily work for me in a game. Right, so we've got the front. See, if you're doing loads of cards, what I do, as you can see, I'll just show you. So template. So that'll be my template, and then I just change it for the different characters. So this is my template for the back of a card. So what we do before we do anything is we make sure we save it so that we don't overwrite. Don't accidentally overwrite it. So, Galadriel, war gear, none, apart from Nenya. And then I'll just delete the ellipses because we don't need those. The ellipses are ticked if you have them. Keywords, hero of legend, I believe. Yes, legend. Elf, infantry, and Lothlorien. Oh, actually, I tell a lie. In war gear, she can have the mirror of. Let's put mirror. That saves time. And then I'll need to do a wee ellipse because it's an option. Whereas Nenya's not an option, she always has Nenya. Get rid of that. Same old, nothing different. So I've done Celeborn. I think when that needs to be like that. You'll need to trial it, but see when you print it and you double side it. You know what, I'm just going to do it like that for just now until I remember, until I test it. So what we do is we take everything, paste, close that now. Nope. Cool. So guys, that's how you do the cards. I hope that was helpful. I'll do some time lapse of me doing the rest of them now. So I have already created all the other cards for the other profiles for the characters. As I'm running out of space, I am just going to double side the infantry cards because they have no might, will or fate, so I can just put all the special rules in the bottom of the card. All I really need to do to finish these off is add in the pictures. I'll do a quick time lapse of some of the cards before I show you how to finish it all off. I just couldn't be asked getting all my models out and all my terrain out to create new pictures. So I'm just going with what I've already got, even if it's not exactly the best fit. There we go guys, that's our 9x9 cards done. All I need to do now is file, export, so quick export as a PNG. Yes, let's get to printing. Let's get printing Right, we need to engage all brain compartments here. Right, this is where it gets hard. If you have a double-sided printer, good for you, but if you're like me and you have this crappy old HP, right, so this needs to go in upside down into the back. Here we go. So, it's worked, but the back of the wood elf is Celeborn, and the back of Celeborn is the wood elf. So I'm going to have to go back to the file and switch these horizontally. Leave the middle, let's switch these ones. And then we should be cooking with gas. Let's go. Second time's a charm. Well, fourth or fifth time's a charm. No, it's worked. Yes. Okay, look at that. Lovely. All we need to do now is laminate. Just plug the laminator in. Very professional setup here. Edge of the couch. And all we need to do next is laminate the sheet. I always make sure to flip it and give it a second go through the laminator just to make sure the plastic is all stuck to the paper. Then the last thing we need to do is cut out all the cards. I'm more than happy to put all the files on a Google Drive if anybody else wants them. If you have a corner cutter, even better, as it makes the edges nice and smooth. So now just a quick test. Whenever a Might Will or Fate is used, we would just use a laminate pen to fill in the circle. These can easily be washed for the next game. Also created this cheat sheet for all the special rules for my army, so I can just have that there. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this kind of different episode. I wasn't able to work on any project stuff this week because I have been away for training for work, sadly. Hopefully next week I'll have my Numenorians done, but it all depends on my training for my new jobs. You can also check out how I made this Lothlorien army. It's one of my first videos, so it is a bit old and rubbish, but feel free to check it out. Also, you can see them in action versus Ross's Dunland Legendary Legion in the one and only battle report on this channel. There will be more to come, I promise, but work, as I said, is a bit of a nightmare at the moment. Yeah, hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, everyone. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and remember to give my bell a good old ring. Fuck me, where'd that come from? So if you enjoyed this project and you wanted to see me how I actually built and painted this little Lothlorien army. Oh no, it's not worked. It's not aligned. Like that side's much longer than that side. Come on. No, it's even worse. You showing off, mate? You showing off? Oh, he's shagging my foot! He's shagging my foot! Yeah! Oh, he bit me! You mad shagger! Holy fuck! Oh my god, Bucky! What's going into you today?
Dirty bastard.